Hello and welcome to the instructions of Mendel Dice. I'm here with my friend Javier.
Hello.
I'm so excited about this.
Me
This
too,
is
yeah.
the best thing I've seen in a long, long time. And I have a lot of electronics, as you probably already know, but this is my favorite one so far.
Yeah. It's so compact, so small. It has so many features. It's absolutely insane.
Yeah.
All the things that it can do, for how long it can do it, it's incredible.
Well, everything has been so well thought out about this thing that I think everybody's going to be super happy. We're going to explain everything in the next chapter.
Okay.
So thank you so much for purchasing this. I'm pretty sure you're going to have a lot of fun with it.
Absolutely.
Let's take a look now at what you have received in your box. So first of all, the guys that did this are amazing. I'm super impressed with everything they put in there. This is a surprise when you open the box. This is
my
what.
face went like, the first time I did it, I couldn't believe it.
So I'm going to show you what happens.
Yeah.
Although you have already opened it because you're watching this video now, but this is what happens.
That's so cool.
This is amazing. So let me tell you a little bit about this. This first thing, it's the USB port where you charge this, and this has nothing to do with the dice. This is just for the packaging. And this little switch, it's used to deactivate the sound of it. So if you put it down, and now let's do it again. We're gonna open it. You're only gonna see the light rather than the sound. And we did that because we think that sometimes it's going to get annoyed.
Every time you open it, you're going to hear the brrrr.
It's going to be annoying, yes. So let's take a look at what you see inside. The first thing you see is this beautiful, totally normal looking dice, which come in 3 different colors. It's
and they look and feel 100%.
Totally amazing,
Yeah.
yes, totally amazing. I'm not going to tell you more about it because we're going to explain everything in a bit. The next thing you need to do is remove this top lid and also remove this thing, which is actually the charger. This is a charger which you place the dice like that, and this is how you charge them, basically. It comes with a USB cable. The cable, you place it right here on the USB port, and then you can either use your computer or a standard...
like a wall plug that goes into USB.
Correct. And then, this is my favorite part. So this is the display.
So small.
So small. So let me switch it on. There is a button here. When you switch it on, hold it and press and hold. So now immediately it shows you what is the
battery level.
The battery level
of this.
Yeah. The next thing you want to do is you want to take the dice and just shake them. When you shake them, you're going to see that these things are activating. You can see what I'm doing. Okay, so now they're on. Now everything is on. Now, if you want, you can put this in sleep mode, which is just pressing this. It's still on. Everything is still on apart from the display. Let's say I'm rolling the dice, and we have 522. When I press it, it's going to show me 522, and also the colors are showing. Yeah. So that's everything inside the box, and we're going to move on to explain everything you need to know about these bad boys.
Let's take a look now at how the battery works, how to charge, how to know when your dice need to be charged, when this needs to be charged. So let's take a look at that now. Yeah?
Sure, yeah.
All right. So when you first get it, they should be somewhat charged, but you're going to know by pressing down this little button here. You just keep it pressed, and you're going to get some numbers. It'll say P for power plus the numbers. The numbers are going to tell you the battery level. So let's take a look at that now. Just press that there. And then so we have P99. So that instantly tells you that your receiver is at 99% battery power, which is the most that it can be.
That's the maximum, yeah.
Now, if you want to know how much the blue one is charged, all you have to do is just shake it. And by shaking it, you're going to get a number with a dot. So you see 8 dots. That means it's 80%. If you don't see the dot, it's just telling you the number that's on the die.
Right.
Okay.
Yes.
Once you see the dot, you know that it's telling you the battery level of that die. And it's going to go from 1 to 9. So the most your dice can be charged is up to 9. Okay?
Correct.
All right. Now you can also check the battery level of all of the dice all at the same time. So we've already done the blue, but you can do them all together. So if I want to see the battery level of the white and the red, you just shake them up. And if you look at the receiver, you'll see the number with a dot, and that'll tell you the battery level. So the white one is 7, and the red is 8,
yeah.
right? Okay. Now, what do you do when the dice run out of battery? It's very, very simple. You have your wireless charger. As Titan has mentioned, you plug it into your computer or the wall. And what's important is that you place all of the dice with the number 1 facing up. All right? So it doesn't matter where you place them, as long as the number 1 is facing up. You know that you've done it right, because if you notice on the charger, there's a little dot there. That dot is a light. So when they're charging, the light will blink on and off. So you can see the little dots right in front of each one of the dice. And do you have a power bank,
Yes.
Mr. Titanus?
Sure.
All right, can we power it up so we can show them? And basically what's gonna happen is each die will, because they're charged differently and they have different battery levels, they each have a little light. The light is right in front of it, and it's going to blink as it's charging. Also, before we move on, if you don't see the blinking light, it's because you don't have it on the 1.
Correct.
And that means it's not charging.
Yes.
So that's how you know. If you forget 1 for some reason, just keep turning it until the light starts blinking, and then it'll start charging. So once that light is solid, you know your dice are 100% fully charged. And if you put them to sleep every time you perform, they'll last hundreds and hundreds of performances. In fact, I think this is the first time we're charging them, right?
Correct. Yeah,
Okay.
we use them a lot.
Yeah.
So let's show them now how they're going to charge the mini display receiver. I have an extra mini USB cable here, so you just plug it like so. And right now you don't see anything blinking. There's no light.
Yeah.
And the reason is because this is fully charged now. But so you can see how it looks, I'm going to turn it on. And when I turn it on, you should be able to see a blue light blinking on the side, right here.
Yeah, in the little corner there.
Yeah, in the little corner. This is going to go solid. It's going to go off, actually, when it's fully charged, like in this case. So these are coming fully charged, but depending on how long they're going to stay on the shelf, they might get a little bit discharged. So I would advise you guys to fully charge them, and then we can show you exactly what you need to know about performing this. I take it that by now you have already fully charged your little device and the dice. So let's go and explain everything. I know we covered it before, but I'm going to say it one more time. What you want to do is you want to hold and press the button, and that's going to activate the display. It shows you the battery. Then the next thing you're going to do, because as you see now, all the dice just have like lines. They don't show any numbers. You're going to take your dice and start shaking them between them. And by doing that, they're actually activated. So now you can see all the numbers. So if I put it on 1, 2, and 3, you're going to see 1, 2, 3. And this is so quick, like it's really amazing.
Yeah.
Every time it gives me a laugh. But check this out. So okay, I'm gonna bring that close so you can see. We have 3, 3, 2, and 3, 3, 2 here. You wanna add something to that?
One thing you can do is remember that it's red, white, blue.
Correct.
And that'll help you out in different routines. That way you just remember the full number.
Yes.
And then you instantly know the location, maybe who has it.
Correct.
But remembering red, white, blue is going to be very helpful. One way to remember the order in which the dice show up on your display is red, white, and blue. So if you're from America, that's the flag.
Right.
But if you're not from America, you can use roommates with benefits, and then it's RWB. So if you just remember that,
That's great.
you can also remember and that'll just help you out on your routines.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. After you finish your performance, you want to switch everything off. And there are two ways. One is the way that you just put it in sleep, which means that as they are random numbers on the dice, you just press the button once, you don't hold it, and that puts the display in sleep, but not the dice. The dice still communicating.
Yeah.
Which means that now if I roll the dice and I have 1, 1, 4, if I press it, it's going to say 1, 1, 4.
Yeah.
Right before the release of Mental Dice, we actually decided to update the software to make the shutting off of the dice and the receiver much, much simpler. So if you have seen the previous explanation where we have you put the dice all on one facing up and then waiting 10 seconds to shut everything off, you can forget about that. And now you're going to learn how simple it truly is to turn your whole system off. So right now I have the system here on, and all you have to do, they can be on any number. All you have to do is keep that button pressed. Once it's off, that's it. Now, as long as you don't turn it back on within 20 seconds, you can completely forget about your system being on. Because in 20 seconds, the dice will automatically shut off. And that's all there is to know about how to turn off your system.
So that's the right way to turn everything off.
Yeah, and that'll conserve the battery. And
Yeah.
then if you're using this the way that we have described, you should be good for hundreds of performances.
I want to say again how much I love this, because all the previous methods that I've seen, you wouldn't be able to charge them. But now it's amazing. You don't have
Yeah.
to send it back to anybody, or you don't have to throw them away because that was the original way. You had to just throw them away or send them back to somebody to fix it for you. But now it's amazing.
Yeah. Another great thing is that they actually talk to each other, which is how we know the battery level.
Yes.
So that's something that's also pretty new.
Yes, it's interactive communication
Yeah.
rather than just one way.
one way.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I think that I can't think of any way to make this better than what it is now. The dice look amazingly real.
Yeah.
Normal. The size of it is also amazing. That we didn't go for like a really large.
Yeah, this
dice.
is the pocket space that it takes. I mean, nothing.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Beautiful.
It's incredible.
So now that we know how these things work, we're gonna go and explain some basic routines that you can do straight away, and some really advanced things. And then we can have a conversation about different ideas that we have. So, enjoy. Here are a few options where to hide your display, the receiver. The easiest thing, I believe, is just finger palming it. It's the right size to finger palm it. This is one of the options. You can also, like in the performance that we did with the Dream Lunch, it's very easy to hide everything, and at the same time I can see what they're rolling. So if you hold it like this, you can clearly see what's going on, what are the numbers, and at the same time you can move the things around accordingly.
Yeah.
Just remember that if you want to do Javier's display, which is the really empty hand at the end, just before because you have your 10 back, just before you 10 back, you just change the transmitter, the receiver from that hand to the other one.
Yeah.
And then you go like this. One of the really easy things you can do is take a card case. I'm going to show you what I did. So what I have here is I put the receiver, I put it on a tag case, which means that now I can just press from here and I can activate it. Let me show you exactly how that works. I put a white piece of paper and I made a hole on the tag case itself like this. So let me remove this because I don't think we need it. I think it's important to do it, if you're going to use this, do it as nice as possible. Like here you can see that I made another hole for the charger so I can charge it while being on the...
Yeah, and you don't have to keep
you don't have
taking
to
it out,
take it
putting
off.
it back in.
Yeah. So if you want to make it permanent, you should also add a little bit of double sticky tape here and maybe here, which means that when you place it inside, let me do that for you one sec. So like this. This stays in place. You can clearly see the numbers, and at the same time, you can add this if you want to, which makes two things. One is if for any reasons I don't see why you want to show inside, I don't see why you would do that. You could, but also it presses the gimmick in place. So right now the gimmick is going to face us, so it's supposed to be like that. which this is a card case, which makes sense for you to carry it with you. Other things that we played with, and I think it's really nice, is that you can place the receiver in a tag case, and you can leave it sticking out a little bit like that. So when you have it towards you, you can see what's going on. Let me show you what you see when they don't see. In essence, you can place it anywhere you want. Yesterday I was performing it, and I had one deck of cards here, so it was blocking everybody, and I had it right behind it like this. So every time I was turning my head, I could see, but I couldn't see because they would see this
This side of the deck.
this side of the deck. So
It's like that.
yes, pretty much you can. It's so small that you can put it anywhere. You can have it in your pocket, just have a look, put it back in your pocket. You can have it on top of your wallet. So if you have a wallet like this, you can even place it in this way, and you can have it in your pocket so you can get a peek. It's so small that I think that everybody's going to know what to do with it. Do you have any suggestions?
Yeah, well, George actually came out with a really good idea, which is putting it in the case and then placing the case in your pocket. So you just look down into your, so imagine this is in the pocket.
So this is sticking out just a little bit.
Just a little
Yeah.
bit. And so just by you looking down, because your pocket would be here, you get your peek. I think
Great.
it's beautiful,
It's
yeah.
beautiful. Yeah.
So literally anywhere you can place this, whether it's either palming it, you can even use it like this, and if you squint, you can, have you tried that? No. So put it like this as if you were doing a gypsy peek,
Okay.
and then just squint the opposite eye, and you'll get your full peek
Oh my
of
God,
all the
that's-
numbers.
That's so good.
Yeah.
How
nice.
how fair does that look?
It looks very fair.
But the other good thing is that because, as I said before, we changed the brightness on this thing. You're never going to have like
Yeah.
any light reflecting on your face.
Yeah, there's technically so many different peaks and so many different places that you can play around. There's different places where you can put this, where you can see, but they can't. Like if this is in the case and this is in your pocket.
You can
like,
place
and then just by looking down.
you can have it like this in your pocket. So if you have a coat like this, you can have it there, and I can just open my.
Oh, well, you just gave me another idea. If you stitch this inside here as you go grab your pen or whatever,
Right, you
you're
can take
getting
your
your,
pick.
you're getting
So
your pick.
if you're a mentalist, you already know what to do with it. We just thought about giving you a few ideas to play with, and I think that will get you started with it. It's very important to know where you're performing. And what I mean by that is you go to a place right before you start performing, take out the dice, roll them on the table, and see how far you can go with your back turned. Because there's nothing wrong with facing the dice. Sometimes it gets low signal if you turn your head. And that's mainly because you're blocking. There is no like a visual line between the dice and the receiver. And as I said, that's totally fine. There's nothing wrong with your unit. But some ways to handle this is if you finger palm, the unit is so small that you can actually finger palm it. That was your idea, actually. I really like it because it's totally justified. If you finger palm the unit like this, now you can go to somebody and say, what I want you to do is I want you to take the dice, roll them on your head or on the table, whatever, and then just take a small peek. By the time that I say, and take a small peek, I'm just peeking straight into the display. So, and this is so what I'm trying to say, don't get stressed. Most of the times, the range is going to be really big, especially indoors, because it hits the walls and it reverbs around the building. But if you're like in an open space and there's a lot of radio frequencies and a lot of phones on the table, it's still going to work, but it might, the range might be smaller. So there are ways to attack this. So one, as we said, is use a attack case so it's always facing you. It's always going to be very near the dice. The other thing is put it in finger palm and do this type of motion while you're getting your pick.
And one thing also to keep in mind is this technically goes 50 feet. We've tested it.
Yeah.
And if there's a direct line of sight, there's 50 feet where you're still getting it. And sometimes, according to where we are, it might do even 70 feet.
Yeah.
So if for some reason you're noticing that maybe one of them or is not really getting the signal, it might just be that there's a lot of cell phones around, might just be that you're maybe covering something. But from all the tests that we've done, we get a really good connection. And then if you're afraid, if you are with a bunch of stuff, then, you know, like using the case,
That case, yeah.
or this.
Yeah. So that was about all the ranges, not all the ranges, but that was about the range of the gimmick.
Yes.
Here's what we'll do. We'll use these. We have this one, we have this one, we have this one, and we have cards, but we don't need cards. So take this, take one. You want to take that one? Take that one. Take this one.
What's up with this dice? What's so special about it? Nothing. Okay.
Oh no, nothing. The thing is, if I have, for instance, I want you to just clear your mind and think of a number from 1 through 10, but don't say it out loud. Most people go for 7. Most people go for 7.
I didn't even think about a number. Hold on, let me think
Okay, switch it to another one.
Okay.
Okay, usually the first one was going to be 7, and then probably you switch to 3, right? It doesn't happen all the time, but usually that's what happens. So with this, we just get a random number. That way you can't think of one, you can't say I influenced you. I don't know if you noticed, I was drawing the number 7 in front of you. It's like I want you to think of a number and I draw the 7. Psychologically, that makes you pick the number 7. This, completely random, I can't make you pick a number, I can't influence you. So I want you to shake, I will turn my head, shake. Yeah, why not? And roll it on the table, all right? You're gonna cover it up. You're gonna take a little peek at it, okay? So, and then just keep the dice covered. That way I can't see it.
Okay.
All right, I will turn around. I won't look. And you guys just go ahead, roll it on the table, cover it up. You got it?
Yeah.
All right, so it's covered up. Even if I turn around, I won't be able to look, right?
Yeah.
All right, perfect. Sorry, put the dice. Did you look at the number?
Yeah.
Okay, so put the dice away. We don't need them. All right? Okay. So there's a number in your head, right? I want you to say the numbers from 1 through 6. Don't give anything away. Just slowly say it. So you're going to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Just count to 6.
Count to 6. I'm going to pick up from your voice certain subtleties. Go ahead.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
One more time.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay. You went down. Say, repeat for me, do this for me. Just say 4, 5, 4, 5, 4, 5.
4, 5, 4, 5, 4, 5.
You stopped on 5, so you're thinking of 5?
What?
Yeah?
My number that I picked?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's crazy.
All right. Let me try something different with you. Let me try
Am I supposed to
something.
tell you a secret?
What secret?
About my dice?
Was that the number you were thinking of?
Well, that's the number I rolled.
Perfect.
And I was thinking about it.
There you go. That's how I know. Yeah.
That's how you knew?
Yeah, of course. You were with your voice, but I'll show you a different way. So that's a technique using your voice. With you, I'll try something with touch. Do you mind if I touch you?
No, it's fine.
Okay. Put your hand.
The dice one, the other one?
Whichever hand you want. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3, 2, 3. 1, 2. It's 3.
You're good.
Is that the number you
number you
rolled?
rolled? Yeah.
What the
Yo, take
And
this
at
dice.
first, when you were talking about the 7, like I was not looking at you, I was not thinking about anything. I'm pretty sure like it's
I didn't even-
like people usually go for
Oh, so it was you that was thinking 7.
7.5 because I didn't want to take
Okay, that's the confusion I had. Okay. Okay, so I'm not even going to touch you. I'm not even going to have you say anything out loud. This is just going to be between your mind and my mind. Do I have permission to? Yeah? Okay. Have you ever done meditation before?
Yes.
Clear your mind. So this should be very easy for you. So clear your mind. You can take a deep breath in, slowly let it out, and just feel that relaxation wash over you. And in your mind, just focus on that number real big. You can pick any color you want, but just focus on that color. Visualize it really big. See it brighter, brighter, brighter. Take a deep breath in, and when you let it out, just project it to me. 5. There you go. Thank you, thank you.
I got how like the voice. I noticed him like
You also noticed.
when he went to 4.
Yeah, you can train yourself to pick up on these little things. Yeah.
Like
How does he
that.
do it
Okay,
with
but
the
I should have
this.
just been dramatic and just be like, 1,
With
2.
the finger, I feel like I was getting like more tense when he like because he will like press on each one, and maybe I'll get like tense on like when he get to 3, or something like that. But you like
Show them the
he
pencil.
didn't touch you. He didn't like nothing.
Javier,
Yes.
do you believe in mind reading?
Maybe.
Maybe?
I'm not sure.
All right, my job is to change your mind.
Okay, okay.
Okay, so let's try a little experiment with this die. What I want you to do is I'm going to turn my head away, and I want you to roll the dice and just remember what is your number, right? And then cover it so
Okay.
I can see
You
anything.
can't see anything.
Yes.
Okay.
So let me know when you do that.
Done.
Done?
Yes.
Can I turn?
Yes.
Okay. So I want you to start saying the numbers. I want you to say them in any order you like. You don't have to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But I want you to say all the numbers in any sequence you like.
Okay. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 4, 6.
Okay. Okay. I don't know if anybody spotted, but you did your eyebrows on the number 4. Is it number 4 that you landed?
Yes.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
good.
That might be luck. So let's do it. Let's do it a few more times. Okay?
Okay.
Actually, let me do that. Let me make it a little bit more interesting. Let's add one more die.
Okay.
The chances are with you right now, right?
All right. Yeah.
Okay, so I'll turn my head away and I want you to do the same thing. You have it?
I have it.
Okay. Can I turn?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. All right, so one more time, I want you to repeat it twice now. You have a red and a blue die, right? I want you to repeat it twice. First for the red and then for the blue.
Okay.
Go for it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh, that's interesting. That's a coincidence. Did you bring 6 on both of them?
Yes.
Oh my God, that's amazing. Okay, okay. I'm going to take it a step further. So this time I'm going to make it a little bit more interesting.
Okay. Okay.
So let's use a third die.
Okay.
This is going to change things.
Okay. Okay.
This is going to be a lot of numbers now, okay?
All right, let's try.
I want you to remember the numbers.
Okay.
So this time I'm not even going to look at you. I want you to throw the dice.
Oh.
Is everything all right?
Yeah.
Everybody's alive?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have the number in your mind?
Yes.
All right. Let's start with the first one, which is going to be red.
Okay.
Okay. So say the numbers one time for me, like from 1 to 6.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Okay. Okay.
6.
Stop. That was easy. That was a 2.
Yes.
Try to make it harder for me.
Okay. Monotone.
Yes, monotone. So this time go for the white one. Do that again. So now mix the numbers. You don't have to make it.
Okay. 2, 1, 4, 3, 6, 5.
One more time.
2, 1, 4, 3, 6, 5.
Okay. I think I know what happens. You put your number first just to confuse me. Is it 2 again?
Yes.
All right. Now for the last time, I don't want you to say anything. I just want you to think of the numbers.
In any order.
Yeah, in any order in your mind.
Okay.
Okay? Go for it.
Got it.
One more time.
Got
Oh, that was a 6, isn't it? So you have 2 to 6.
it. Yes.
2 to 6.
That's great.
Really good job.
That's great.
I
You
hope
have
I changed your mind.
You did. You did.
Let's break this down.
All right, let's do it.
Even though that's a really basic effect, I'm really impressed by how amazing it is. I know that you weren't fooled, and that's because you know about all this amazing technology that we're using now. But let's break it down. So what I did, I started with just the red dice. I had the other dice in my pocket, and I just remember that I have to look for the first, which is the red one. If you follow the order, I didn't follow the order because for a very good reason for me in my mind, but I'll explain. So I started with the red one. I was holding it in finger palm like this. So that gives me the ability to close my eyes and just do it like I'm doing a gypsy peek right now, directly, diagonally to where my hand is. So let's pretend that my hand is here, and this is what I'm seeing. So I'm just doing that, and I can clearly see what it says. It says 155, okay? So closing this eye, that this is the eye of the spectator. If you perform for more people, you can turn your back to them, so you have the freedom to take your pick. So he starts, he's rolling his die, and I go like, okay, roll the die and let me know when you do.
Okay.
I already know that this is a 2, because it says it here on the first position, it says 2. And I ask him if I can turn, and I'm making it look like I'm listening to his voice and getting information, or you can use body language. I think that it's a really good idea if the whole thing progresses to different ways that you do it. So maybe the first time is about the voice, or maybe the body language, then it's the voice, and then it's just pure mind reading, because you don't even look at them.
Yeah, and this is because you want to make it more and more difficult and more interesting to watch also, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. So then what I did is I used the blue die, and the reason why I did it because it was easier for me when I used to use the two extremes on the edges. Repeated the same thing, obviously changed a little bit of the performance. So he had 2 dice. I'm going to show you guys how quickly I can. I probably know the numbers before him, which I think is amazing. Knowing the numbers.
So quick, yeah.
It's
so quick.
So roll the dice, and you have a 2 and a 5.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next time I'll introduce the 3rd die, and I say this is going to be even more difficult now because we have more numbers. So even if it was coincidental, now it's getting really weird.
Yeah.
So do the same thing. I'll explain to you guys how quickly I can get it. So 516.
Yeah.
Do I say it before you even see it?
Yeah. You start saying it before I see all 3.
Right. Yeah, because everything is in one spot here, when yours is a little bit more.
Yeah, my
spread.
eyes has to move around.
This is a really nice variation of the basic effect that you just learned, which I think is pretty cool. If you have 3 people, what you can do is you can set the dice on the table. I like to keep them on one number, all of them, so like 1, or doesn't matter, but it has to be.
All the same.
For me, it's really good if it's the same. And then what you do is you turn your head away and you ask from the first spectator to go and pick up any die he wants. So Javier, just do that for me. Mm-hmm. So right now, I know that he picked the blue one, right?
Yeah.
I don't care about the number, but I know that Javier picked the blue one. Second spectator is going to pick another die, so do that for me. So I know that he picked the white, and then third spectator is going to pick the red one.
And how do you know?
Because I can see the
number change from one or whatever you said it. Okay.
Correct. Okay. Right now, I can go back to them and say, so you're thinking of a color and you're thinking of a number. I don't know what die you picked, and I don't know what. Sorry, I forgot to say that I asked him to shake it.
Yeah.
And now I take my pick. But now it's really interesting because I know exactly who has what. So I can reveal not only just a number, but